My name is Blair King. I'm privileged to be the Chief Executive of Tararua District Council. The number one challenge that we have is around how do you make it possible for people to say, this is where I want to live, this is where I want to work, this is where I would like to invest. The second bit from that then comes down to the way in which we deliver those services. So if we can find very efficient ways of delivering the services, then for the rating money we're getting and the external subsidies, whether it's from Ministry of Health or New Zealand Transport Agency for roading or Ministry for Environment, and you can show you're using that investment wisely, people are more comfortable because the rating is effectively a form of tax. In a lot of ways, people just want that done without having to remind council that it needs to be done. They'd prefer that it was below the radar, that the council enable them to go about their way of having their businesses function or their children going to school or their products taken off their farm in the simplest way. So the challenge for us is we need both really good staff and partners to deliver that, and that is what creates the community. So if we fix up water, we make the taste of water better, people are more comfortable with it. They actually talk proudly about the district. If it relates to roading, we have an alliance in place. Instead of the traditional master servant, what works well for us here is the council staff enjoy treating people as equals. The results people get from the same dollar spend here is much more tangible than going into an area and spending a lot of money on a home and having very little left to actually do the nice things around it. So for the same price car and the same price house, what you can do with that, and that's where we're looking at businesses. In terms of council, two issues that stand out for us. The most obvious is the credibility of local government. In a number of ways, we are seen, using a simple term, reputational index. Our reputation in terms of how central government view us is almost a service delivery agent. So a rule can be made, for example, right, psychoactive substances, it's up to the councils to determine where they go. And the public may feel they don't want psychoactive substances in their area. Or sale of liquor. There are people who do not want more bottle stores. The council has to try and work with that legislation that is in place, still be seen as listening to the community and making decisions that reflect the views of the community, but within a very tight framework set by central government. So the largest issue there is that credibility, that how can we ensure that our influence prior to that legislation being set up is in place. Now we're lucky. In certain ways we've got staff who are involved with looking at the legislation on earthquake-prone buildings. So earthquake-prone buildings are a similar magnitude to what the leaky buildings are. By having staff able to influence the writing of the legislation, you get a better chance to influence how it will be implemented. We have a staff member involved in, for example, looking at the IT cost of amalgamation. That's up in Hawke's Bay. So if we have staff involved in that, the robustness of that debate increases. So there's no longer just a consultant determining, oh gosh, someone's paid me a lot of money, so here's a result we'll give. It is now down to using our knowledge, how would we make that work?